Hi, good morning, everybody. So you are never too young, you guys, to start thinking about how you want to present yourself to others. This could be a future employer or anybody of authority. Maybe it's a teacher or a coach or somebody in the community. So you want to be prepared. You often will get asked the question, tell me about yourself. And so you want to be prepared. You can also use this idea to sell an idea or a new product. Maybe you want to talk your parents into something, or you want to talk your coach into doing a new drill, anything like this. It's good to be prepared with ways that you will sound professional in those kind of situations. And that's where this elevator pitch comes in. It's called an elevator pitch because it's short enough to be able to be used in an elevator if you're making small talk with somebody. So it's going to be about 30 seconds or less. So the amount of time that you're riding an elevator with somebody and they say, oh, tell me about yourself. And you would have this information kind of prepared. First, we're going to watch a little video about it. The video is geared towards college students, but it really works for anybody. So we're going to watch this. Krista, are you able to share that?
Yep, 1 second.
Okay. So we're going to watch this first, and then we'll talk about it more.
Let's talk about how to make an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a 20-second advertisement that communicates your skill set and interests. It's an important part of selling yourself when you're networking and looking to land that internship or job that you want. Ultimately, you want to compel the person you're speaking with to act on your behalf. That could be landing an interview, getting an additional contact, or who knows, getting a job right on the spot. The purpose of the elevator pitch is to tell someone who you are, what you do, and what value you can bring to their company. Your elevator pitch needs to be direct and informative, but since it needs to fit into casual conversation, make sure it comes off as natural. Most importantly, it's called an elevator pitch for a reason. Keep it short. If it's over 25 seconds, cut it down. Now let's talk about how to make an elevator pitch. Step number 1, write down your goal. Before you start shaking hands and patting backs at networking events, make sure you have a goal in mind. This shows people that you're serious, and it also gives them a basis upon which they can provide help. Be specific about your goal. I want to get a job in marketing is not good enough. Keep your goal to one sentence. For example, a great goal would be, I want to get in the investment banking analyst summer internship program at JP Morgan this summer. Step number 2, write down who you are and what you've been doing lately. You want to start off by establishing an identity. Are you a student? What's your major? Are you part of a student-run organization or club? Do you have a leadership position? What has your influence been? Be specific and memorable. A good example for this might be, my name's Joe Smith and I've been a member of the finance club at Pretty Cool College for 2 years. I'm currently running this year's stock pitch competition. Step number 3, write down what makes you unique. Remember that you're a potential asset to a company, and companies want assets with unique characteristics and skills. If you're like everybody else, why should they hire you? A good example here might be, I'm at my best when I need to solve a complex problem by focusing on and analyzing the most important information. Step number 4 is to write down an engaging closing statement, also known as the call to action. Now this part is the key. This is where you capitalize on your audience's attention and ask for something in return. But please keep it simple. A good example here would be, here's a copy of my resume. What type of candidate are you looking for? Step number 5, do the finishing touches and put it all together. This elevator pitch might sound something like this. Hi, my name's Joe Smith and I've been a member of the finance club at Pretty Cool College for 2 years now. I'm currently running this year's stock pitch competition. I'm at my best when I need to solve a complex problem by focusing on and analyzing the most important information. I'd like to join the investment banking analyst summer internship program at JP Morgan this summer. Here's a copy of my resume. What type of candidate are you looking for? Obviously, this example would work best when you're talking with a recruiter from JP Morgan. After they tell you their ideal candidate, you can tell them how good of a fit you are, and you can later try to score an interview throughout the conversation or take the next step. If you're having trouble putting together your own elevator pitch, we'll go over elevator pitch examples for students in my next video. Also, if the interaction has to be brief, handing them your business card and setting up a time to speak at a later date works as well. Read the situation and be prepared to change your approach if necessary. Step number 6, practice out loud. You don't want to sound like a robot when you're doing your elevator speech, so you don't want to memorize it word for word. The best way to do this is to learn what the general talking points are and practice until you feel comfortable bringing up each one without thinking about what the specific words are. First, say the words out loud while reading them in order. Next, use a friend or a relative to simulate a real conversation. To keep you on your toes, make sure they switch up their approach from time to time. Also, make sure they give you constructive feedback to work with. Not the headphones. Hey, trying to shoot a video here, buddy. Come on. All right, that's enough. Okay, yep, messing with the computer. Yep, there we go. Perfect. With your new elevator pitch, you'll feel confident walking away from networking events and career fairs. For some more examples, watch my video, Elevator Pitch Example.
All right. Thank you. Hopefully, that was a good video to watch, kind of gave you some ideas on how to do an elevator pitch. So now it's your turn. So we are going to do an activity and practice coming up with ideas for your elevator pitch and then practicing it. So you can follow along on the sheet Krista held up earlier. You can see it. There also is room on the back of one of your pages that you can use if you need to take some more notes. So first, I want you to think about and write down some ideas of what differentiates you from your peers. Okay, so what makes you different? What's going to make you stand out when you're talking to somebody? So go ahead and just take a second to write some ideas down. And after you write down something that's going to make you stand out from your peers, next you're going to write down specific goals or career interests. So this could be anything that you want to get. So maybe it's a summer job. Maybe it's a different type of goal that you're doing your elevator pitch for. Okay. And then, so whatever your goal is, and then also write down ways that you have demonstrated that interest already. Okay. How have you shown that this is what you really want? So have you volunteered in that area? Have you taken certain classes that really sparked your interest? Have you job shadowed somebody already? And that's how you know you're interested in that goal. So I'll give you just a minute to work on that. I'll just give you maybe 30 more seconds, writing down your goals and how you've demonstrated that interest already. Okay, and then we're going to move on. So next, we're going to think about what makes you qualified. Why are you qualified for this position or this idea? So what makes you awesome? How are you going to be an asset to the team? So write down some ideas. And then the last thing that you're going to think about is a question that you can ask, or as I mentioned in the video, an action step to give the person that you're talking to. So what kind of question could you ask or action step could you request? I'll give you a second to write down some ideas. And when you're done with the question or action step idea, kind of look over the rest of your page, the different areas, if there's anything else you want to add. And then we will give you some examples and then we will practice. So go ahead and take a look at the rest of the whole page to see if there's anything else you'd like to add for ideas. Okay, just a few more moments to kind of look everything over and we'll give you some examples. Okay, so I am going to give you an example of an elevator pitch. You can see on your screen the example. It's kind of a way that you can fill in information and start off like this as an elevator pitch. I'm going to give you my example and then Krista's going to share an example as well. And then you will be able to try it with your classmates as well. So if I took myself back to 8th grade, like your age, and this would be something similar to my elevator pitch. So hello, my name is Amy Compon. I'm currently an 8th grader at Worthington Middle School. I've been researching different careers and I'm really interested in being a teacher. I've been involved with sports, choir, speech, 4-H. I've done lots of babysitting. These activities have really helped me develop my public speaking, teamwork, and leadership skills that will benefit me in my future. Can you tell me more about your teaching job at the elementary school? So nice to meet you. I hope we can talk again soon. Krista, would you like to share an example of an elevator pitch if you were an 8th grader?
Sure. All right. So, yep, I went to Spencer Middle School in Iowa. So this is what mine would have been. Hello, my name is Krista DeGeest. I am currently an 8th grader at Spencer Middle School. I have been researching different careers and I am interested in a marketing position, which is in the business management administration field. I'm involved with volleyball, basketball, and choir, which has developed my leadership, teamwork, and time management skills, which will benefit me in my future. Could you tell me a little bit more about your job as a marketing director? I think it might be something that I'd be interested in the future. So nice to meet you. Hope we can talk again soon.
Okay, thank you, Krista. So now you're going to have a turn to try this. So if you can all partner up with somebody that's close to you, you can give your elevator pitch a try. So the information that's on this screen, this format, you can kind of follow this first just as a guide. And then after you've kind of done this one, you can do your own too, or add some other ideas to it and create your own. Maybe you want to pitch an idea about a job, kind of how we did the example of. Maybe you want to pitch the idea later of a certain chore to your parents that you don't want to do. You can practice that with somebody sitting next to you. Maybe you want to pitch the idea that you guys should eat pizza every Wednesday night. Okay. Maybe you're going to pitch the idea to your coach that there's a certain drill that you want to do or a certain play that you want to try to practice. Okay. Not promising it's going to work, right, every time, but following these steps and giving these concrete reasons and ideas and sounding professional is definitely going to help your success. So go ahead and try. We're going to give a few minutes here. So if you can grab somebody that's next to you and practice these, you can each take a turn to practice your elevator pitch.